What's up? So if you have anxiety disorder, especially panic disorder and health anxiety, you've probably come across having difficulties breathing, trouble breathing, shortness of breath. Kind of comes with the territory. I definitely dealt with this. Uh, Literally every time I had a panic attack, I dealt with this. It was so frustrating. It was scary. I thought I was dying. It escalated the situation. It made things really, really hard and really rough on me. Um, but there's good news, and the funny thing is that it's ironic that we think that we're having trouble breathing. I'm going to give you kind of the rundown with me, what's actually going on, and some things that you can do that might help you along the way. Okay. So with me, if you don't know my story, I had, health anxiety, depression, social anxiety, but it all got kicked off by a panic attack that lasted freaking 6 hours. I was super aware of my heart rate, so I had a heart palpitation, kicked it all off. It's what started it. And then from there, I just got this crazy tightness in my chest, and I assumed heart attack. So, it was really crushing. It wasn't painful necessarily. I had some slight chest pain, but the first panic attack really wasn't that. I started getting the chest pains later on as my health anxiety started to manifest, and I started to really concentrate in on the muscle tension in my chest. So, what's going on there? Okay, let's take you to that. We'll just use my first panic attack, for example. When I had that palpitation from all the stress of over drinking for 2 days and chain smoking and not getting any sleep with my friends, chilling out, partying, being young and dumb, I had that heart palpitation from all the stress. From that point on, I shot up and I got scared instantly. That shot this crazy flood of adrenaline like I have never experienced in my life through my body. That's the stress response, the fight or flight. And what's going on there is your body's preparing yourself to run away. So that speeds up respiration. It's speeding up your breathing. Your heart rate goes up. You start to sweat. Okay. I had extremely bad issues with sweating during panic attacks or right before I had, any type of symptom or directly after. It was just one of those responses, one of the ugly responses of anxiety and stress that I had that my body showed was sweating. So the breathing, obviously, I would go into this hyperventilation. I'm having tachycardia, heart palpitations, my heart's beating out of my chest, and I'm breathing. What else is going on is that oxygen is flooding your body, okay, in areas that it doesn't usually get it. You also are dealing with muscle tension. So what is that doing? That is actually tightening up your chest, which we are very familiar with if we have panic disorder or health anxiety. And these aren't the only two disorders that can cause things like this, okay? Anxiety attacks are just lesser versions of panic attacks or prolonged. So you can just be naturally anxious, or you can have just a generalized anxiety disorder. You can have things like social anxiety or even depression can cause shortness of breath. So bear that in mind, that you don't have to just have panic disorder, health anxiety. I'm using that as an example because that's what I went through. So back to the deal. Muscle tightness is going on, all right? Your chest is getting tight, all right? And of course, this can be accompanied by pain. I dealt with muscle tension pain all the time, and I've told you that muscle tension, it all starts there pretty much with every symptom of anxiety. So this trouble with your breathing, it's kind of happening there. First, you're having the hyperventilation, okay? And you're getting muscle tension, all right? That's tightening your chest cavity, the area right where your lungs is, and then your diaphragm, which is actually used for breathing. Inhaling and exhaling, it tightens up, so your breathing gets shallower, but you're actually bringing in more oxygen. That's what hyperventilation is. Rapid breathing, flooding your body with oxygen. Now, what's going on with that? That is going to increase your heart rate, obviously. It's going to escalate your panic attack, cause more panic, which is just a vicious cycle. Sweating is going to happen. And whenever you have these floaters or vision changes, distorted vision, blurry vision, that's what's happening. And I dealt with that a lot whenever I would have this crazy breathing, hyperventilation. I felt like I was shortness of breath, and then my vision would get blurry, and I was like, oh my God, this is it, I'm dying, I would get very dizzy. Dizziness is another side effect of hyperventilation. And then, of course, with all that can come the hallucinations that I would get sometimes, and I had some of my more severe panic attacks, and then depersonalization and derealization really kicks in, and it's freaking surreal. You actually think that you're about to die. So I get that it's scary, and I understand that, but first off, if you've made your appointments, you've gotten checked, you don't have an underlying breathing issue with your lungs or asthma or anything like that, then guys, you're going to be okay, all right? The ironic thing is that you are actually getting more oxygen than you think. You're getting more oxygen than a normal resting person who isn't going through anxiety or having an adrenaline rush, okay? So you're actually getting more. So you're not dying, you're not losing oxygen, you're not fading away. So just remember that next time. It can help a lot if you're just super conscious. I know a lot of things go through our mind whenever we have these attacks, or if we're under a lot of stress. We don't want to think of the positive. It's hard, but once you start rewiring your brain to do that, things get much, much easier. So just know that that's what's going on. There are some other things that you can do, guys. Breathing techniques, and it's funny because with these breathing techniques, they work very, very well, but they're working in a way that we wouldn't expect. We're slowing our breathing down with these breathing techniques. We're decreasing the amount of oxygen that's flooding our brain and our other parts of our body that aren't used to getting it as much. We're slowing this process down, which in return slows our breathing down, okay? So you start to think that you're breathing better, you're getting more oxygen, you know, you're having a more normal situation. But it's actually ironic because you're slowing everything down. And that's what most of us are scared of. We think that we're not getting any oxygen, that things are shutting down for us. And that's just one of the deals with that. So I've told you the 4-7-8. I did a video of it. That's, of course, you're going to inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, and then exhale through your mouth for 8 seconds. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, okay? Do that over and over and over, and there are tons of breathing techniques that use that same kind of thing with different intervals, different timing. Not everyone is going to respond to the 4-7-8. There's other ones out there. If you have a brown paper bag or anything like that, which I know that's not common anymore, but if you do, blowing into like a lunch sack or something like that, or even into a plastic bag or something like that, I know if you're an adult, you know, not to choke on it, right? That's going to help slow your breathing down. I know it's kind of a cliche or whatever, you know, you've seen it in the movies and stuff, but the thing works. I mean, it slows down your breathing. So that's something that you can do. And aside from that, guys, you really got to just get your mind wrapped around this, get your subconscious mind, you know, get it on point with the fact that you're trying to get over this anxiety. So you got to rewire things. The way you do that is fix the chemical imbalance. So exercising every single day at your own rate, of course. Maybe start out small, you know, build it up to a higher intensity. I know if you think that you're having trouble breathing, that you're not exactly going to want to exercise, but guys, sometimes you just got to go against your mind and just do it, okay? You just got to force your way, will it, and will it into existence, and I promise you, your confidence will get higher, and then your confidence in your health will get higher. The next thing you need to do is make sure that you're eating a good diet that's going to help you with your chemical imbalances. You need to do a plant-based diet, you know, plenty of greens, plenty of fruits, some lean meats, so preferably some chicken and fish. Those are really good, and they're high in omega-3, and they're high in vitamin Bs, and you need those vitamin Bs or mood stabilizers, but make sure that you're taking a multivitamin every single day, and it'll be giving you plenty of vitamin B6, vitamin B12, and vitamin C. There are resources also down below. You need to be having a journal. There's workbooks in the description. There's books in the description. Go down there and check that out. I have some links down there for that, but I also have a link that has my recommended product store, and there are tons of great resources down there, guys, to help you with the health anxiety, the depression, the panic disorder, all of that. So that's down there. Another thing that you can be doing, aside from writing in the journal, is to be doing meditation in the mornings and evenings. That's great because that's going to help you with your subconscious mind. That's whenever you have the most impact on it. So make sure that you are doing the meditation. The ASMR videos, they are a little bit weird, but they are actually like relaxing and soothing sounds. It can be people eating. It can be crinkling of paper. There's all kinds of different sounds out there, guys, that you could listen to with headphones. It'll help you actually settle down. There's positive affirmations, basically with statements like I am independent, I am confident. And, you know, you listen to these positive affirmations over and over, which eventually I hope that you can actually record your own personal positive affirmations for yourself that are suited for you and customized for you, and listen to them in the morning. And you just drill your brain with this, guys. I know it sounds silly, but it starts getting to your subconscious, and it actually works. Some other things, guys, just join an online support group. There's plenty of them online. I have a Facebook group down below specifically for people going through anxiety and stress and depression. We are like over 530 members now, so it's really growing well, and everybody gives great advice and helps each other out in that group, so be sure to join that. Subscribe if you haven't, guys. Please like this video if you got some value out of it. If it's helped you, improve your situation, or if you think you can take some of the techniques that I use, please like the video. Hit that notification bell next to the subscription button if you haven't already, so you can get updates whenever I have my videos. Leave me a comment down below if you've had trouble with breathing or shortness of breath with your panic disorder or your anxiety, or even things like social anxiety and depression. I'm curious to know. And I hope you have a great day, guys. Join my social networks also, my Twitter, my Instagram. They're all down there. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you'll have a great rest of the afternoon.